Thanks for staying with us. So there is no end to the benefits of donating blood for those who need it, according to the American Red Cross. One donation can save as many as 3 lives. And someone somewhere in the world needs blood every 2 seconds. Joining us on the show to speak on the importance of blood donation is a consultant hematologist and blood transfusion specialist, Dr. Bodunrin Oshikomaya. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Very pretty doctor. She doesn't look like a doctor.
Thank you very much.
Funky.
Oh, your son is Oshikomaya.
Yes, I am.
Oh, so Dr.
Funky jeans,
Bodunrin
everything.
Oshikomaya. Oh, my street is Oshikomaya, so that means you are the landlord of my street.
Something like that.
Something like that. Anyways, how you doing?
Thank you very fine, thank you.
So, it's always, this conversation sometimes is difficult to have because people don't understand the need. They feel like it's not my business now. Why do I need to give blood? So tell us the need to give blood and why is it important at this time?
First of all, we need to give blood because people need to be alive by that blood. So many people are dying because we don't have adequate blood in the system. Also because the blood might not be safe. So we need to donate blood in a safe way for those that need it. That's the first reason. The second reason is because of ourselves. There are lots of benefits for donating blood. So when I donate blood, first of all, I'm saving life. I will feel happy. There's a study that says blood donors are not depressed people. They are happy because they are doing something good. Also, there's an opportunity for you to have an health check. You know, you go there, we check your blood pressure, we check your pulse rate. We want to check the blood level. There are diseases that comes with high or low amounts of blood. You also have an opportunity to actually have your iron levels put at very stable levels. There are studies that say people that have low iron levels have a low risk of cardiac diseases. We have a low risk of cancers. Well, to me, that's the most awesome part of it. And just before we came here, we talked about blood donation and weight loss. There are studies that say that once you donate blood, you can lose about 600 kilocalories at each time.
Let me go and donate.
Well, it will maintain that weight, actually, because you can't donate all the time. But 600 calories. I try to do exercises, and for each session of exercise, about 30 minutes, I lose about 100+ calories. So if I can lose 600 calories within maybe 5 minutes, then that's an awesome thing.
Wow.
Dr. Oshikomaya,
yes.
How do I know now that the blood I have is enough for me before I go and give it? Because Nima has been trying to squeeze me to donate blood since 3 years ago now. But I'm not very sure if my blood is enough for me, myself.
Well, before we take that blood, we will ask you a set of questions, even before we do any test. You have the donor eligibility questionnaire. We will ask you different questions about your health history, about what is happening to you now for females, if you're on your menstrual period, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding. You want to know if you've had tattoos. So we want to ask all those questions.
What does tattoo have to do anything?
Well, if you have tattoos, then you have to have a deferral for about 1 year from the last time the tattoo was done.
Why is that?
Well, because you're using sharp objects to do it. And so we want to be sure that
you're not
infected at any time. We don't want to be sure, we don't want to take a chance, even though we'll do the tests, to be sure that the blood is safe. So after that, we will do your blood pressure, and then we'll take a little bit, a drop. We'll use a point of care test that gives us the level of your blood within 30 seconds.
Okay.
If your blood level, that's your hemoglobin level, is 12.5 grams and above, then we will take the blood from you.
If it's not?
If it's not, we'll just tell you, go back home, eat well, take some Imatinics, and we'll see you again in 3 months' time.
Ah.
You know, like me now, my blood is boiling because of what's happening in Nigeria.
Does she qualify?
Do you take boiled blood?
Because my blood is boiling.
It doesn't really matter. We'll check if it's enough. It's enough. We'll
What
take
blood
it.
is it?
Yes. No problem. I'll take the blood out so that it can at least calm down a little bit.
So I had the same mindset about blood donation. I used to be scared about it. My first attempt was 2010 at law school, and they came and they talked about blood donation, and I just said I wanted to do it. Something else said, run it through your husband. The guy says, don't donate blood though, so that you can land Lagos safely, as if I was just going to die. So I want you to help us paint the picture of, you know, the benefits. I mean a person who benefited from blood, that, you know, a blood donor was able to save their life, that you have seen. You know, such an example, so that people would see how important it is. my mindset changed when I was on bed rest, and I was able to see people survive because there was blood available. And we actually lost someone whose blood type was being searched for everywhere till, you know, it was out of hand.
Yeah, I will give you examples. Actually, I wish they were here to give their stories themselves. We have a lot of people that have been saved. I will start from my own personal experience. I have my father that was losing blood from his anus uncontrollably, and he had 30 units of blood within 24 hours. And because of it, if he sees any young person, he'll tell you, have you donated blood? Because he was saved by it. Imagine if there was no blood at that time. You know, sometimes you could have the money, you could have the people around you. It's the blood that is in the blood bank that can save lives. Because if you donate blood now, you really cannot use that blood. We need to screen the blood. You need to be sure that it is safe. That's why we encourage people to donate blood. We also have, about 2 weeks ago, we had a woman that was discharged from one of the general hospitals after having 35 units of blood and blood products. When she was discharged, I was very, very happy. I had to see her. I had to thank God for her life. Understand, 35 units of blood and blood products over the period that she delivered.
Understand? Break it down for me. 35 units. Now, how many units do you take per person?
We take 1 unit per person.
1 unit. So about 30 people have donated what she 35 people. Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
So is there an age limit to the blood, the people who can donate, like 60 plus?
Okay. So you can donate at 60 plus, but there's a clause. So the age for donation is between 18 years and 65 years. So the clause between 60 years. Wait, there's a clause. Actually, there's a clause. So the clause between 60 and 65 years old is that you must have been a regular blood donor. You know, as you grow older, you will have a lot of clinical conditions. So if you have been a regular blood donor, you would have noticed this from the questions, from the blood tests, and all that we do.
So it's late now?
It's, if you're above 60 and you've never donated, then it's late. Well, you can be an advocate. Tell people to donate blood. There is really a lot you can do.
All of you, go and donate.
Talking to the advocate. Talk to the advocate.
She just turned 50 last month. So 60. So it's not a big deal. She can still squeeze it.
Let's squeeze that.
No, actually, she could do much more. We're actually running a program. We launched a project at Lagos Blood Transfusion Service, which is each one reach 10. We know that not everybody can donate blood, even though we want blood, even though we want everybody to, as much people to donate as possible, but not everybody can donate blood. So you could just reach out to 10 people to donate blood, ensure those 10 people. No. She's already donated. She's already a blood donor.
There are 1, 2. There are 2 at home. 4.
They must donate.
Yes, please. So you're saying that if I donate today, every 3 months we should donate.
Yeah.
So we can make it a culture for every 3 months.
Isha, that is what Isha said. Perfect. Isha, you hit a nail on it.
Yeah. So are there any side effects to donating blood?
Well, the first side effects it's actually an experience. You can feel some pain. That's the first thing. The pain at the points. So we always have to explain to you that please, you are going to feel this needle prick. It's some people are afraid of needles. So we have to explain, prepare your mind so that it doesn't go and then you get into, maybe you have some anxiety or shock. So that's the first thing. But to some people, it's really nothing. But as you become a regular donor, you really do not see it as
anything. Of dizziness, you're weak.
Well, that's the next thing. Because you could be dizzy, and especially if you're a first-time donor, we advise that you take a lot of fluids, you rest, and then anxiety could cause that dizziness. That's why first-time donors are really more susceptible to it. So if you're a first-time donor, we make you happy, we talk to you, there's really no big deal.
You can lie down somewhere.
You lie down, yeah. And then that's the second thing. So before you do it, we would have counseled you about it. Advise to take a lot of fluids, tell you that there is no problem. You would have seen other people donating. Then after the donation, to reduce the incidence of dizziness, you lie down on the bed, on the couch, for about 10 minutes maximum. And then you also take your fluids there. And when you're going to stand up, we'll tell you take it easy. When you get home, don't do any strenuous activity.
My first experience was I didn't even feel any dizziness.
You're an anti-donator.
I got in my car, and the doctors were trying to get me to sit. I said, don't worry. I even suggested to one of the doctors. And I drove off. I got home. After 2 hours, I couldn't get up. I slept through. I would open my eyes, but I couldn't get up. So it was delayed for me. It's not the same for everybody. But I want you to talk about this deficit. Why it's now important to be appealing to people to donate. We know that the law that compels us to have our husbands donate at, at pregnancy and used to help fill the banks is no longer there. So
as you said, before now, in Lagos State and in most parts of the world, we usually depend on replacement donors. So the replacement donors, we actually depend on more in Lagos State are the husbands of women. So before they register, we will encourage them to bring their husbands. If the husbands do not donate blood, sorry about that, if the husbands don't come in to donate blood, the registration is delayed.
Okay.
So because we know that this is a public health crisis, human rights crisis, a group of people came up and said, no, you can't do this. Let the woman donate, and then the husband or the family members should come, let the woman register, and then the husband or family members can come in to donate later. But trust us, Nigeria, because blood donation is not our culture, people retreated and they did not donate. So we have our blood banks low. However, if you look at what WHO says, WHO has encouraged us that the only way we can keep our blood banks filled up is if we have 100% voluntary blood donation.
Wow.
If you also look at what the mandate
I'll be an advocate, don't worry.
if you also look at what
the cameramen, they've all said they're going to come.
They will. You need to donate. WHO also advises knowing fully well where to get blood is one thing. The amount of blood we need is another thing. So the WHO did some studies, and we found out that 1 to 2% of the population of any community is what we need to provide the needs for blood. So if you look at Nigeria now, 200 million, how many are we talking about? 2 million units. If you look at Lagos State, we are between 24 and 26. Let's take the lower one, 24 million. We need at least 214,000 units. But really, we are not even getting up to half of that.
So to put this
that's why we need to donate blood.
To put this in more graphic perspective, so imagine a car accident happens right now, and they rush that victim to the hospital. And they say, you know how we say, oh, Nigeria, oh, the doctor is not available. There's no this, there's no that. And while the doctor is trying to see if we can get blood in the bank, there's no, because they know this person has lost a lot of blood. And the initial thing they need right now is blood.
Yes.
Unfortunately, there's no blood. I would say, they died dead on arrival. So it's these little things that we talk about it casually and loosely. But the truth is that we must play also our part to donate blood, so that if the doctor knows that there's blood in the bank, as the victim is coming in, he already knows that, okay, we need X amount of units to save this person's life. So this is an important
Temitope says, me that donated blood in school because they are giving Indomie, malt, and milk. So it's an incentive.
Yes, look, it's a very important thing. You need to look at what has happened in different climes. Before people became completely, voluntary donation is an habit. It's a habit. It's a culture that you need to develop. Incentives really goes a long way. I want to be appreciated because I've donated blood. I've donated a part of myself. I've donated a part of my life. If you tell me thank you, I appreciate it. If you tell me, okay, thank you with this wonderful bag, with this wonderful T-shirt, it goes a long way. Understand? And then there's also the belief that it's only things like a malt drink or maybe water or some food that can help to replenish that blood. So we are in a culture that we appreciate thank you. We appreciate
with
people
a gift.
With a gift. It's just normal.
Thank you, accompanied.
Yes. So I asked somebody, if you go to the restaurant and you tip the waiter that served you food, why can't I say thank you to someone that donated the part of his or her life?
But there's also the beautiful part of, I felt good when somebody that we were able to donate, my husband was able to donate for, at the hospital was able to have a child. But the person that I donated for my first time, the person passed. And I didn't feel, I felt relieved, less guilty. Yeah. And what if I didn't donate at all and the person passed, I would have died of that guilt. So sometimes the compensation is not in the material things, it could be in
what you're saying, what I'm hearing now is that there are lots of wealthy Nigerians today looking for how to give back. Exactly. They want to start NGOs. They are tired of the same old girl child, this one, and they not that they're tired, but the information out there is on cancer, breastfeeding, and all that. But this is another area that nobody's doing much on. If we have an NGO whose job is just to give incentives, to encourage people to donate and we give incentives, they come up with means like gift cards or things to let people know that if you donate blood, we give you this as an NGO. I think it's worth.
But let me even ask, what sort of preparation do you need to make before you go into donate? Is there something you can do a few days before? Eat or something?
Yes, the first thing is, as I said before, a lot of fluids. Blood is fluid, so you need to take a lot of fluids. The second thing, you need to eat a very healthy meal. No fatty meals, because once you take fatty meals, it will show in the quality of the blood. So you reduce your fatty meals. Anyway, we don't want anybody eating fatty meals nowadays. We are quite health conscious now, so don't take a fatty meal. If you smoke and if you drink, please stop that for at least 24 hours before donation.
No champagne too.
No champagne 24 hours before. So people have asked me that if I smoke, can't I donate blood? If I drink, can't I donate blood? No, it's not a permanent deferral. But if your lifestyle with that smoking and drinking does not support blood donation, like having multiple sexual partners with what you're doing, or like having maybe a recent clarification before that, then we will not allow you to donate. But smoking and drinking on its own is not a permanent deferral for donating
Let's
blood.
talk about what you're doing as to advocate this subsequently. Yeah. What's your work about? What more?
Well, right now we have quite a number of programs that we are doing. As I said earlier on, I talked about the Each One Reach 10 campaign because we know that not everybody can donate blood. We need people to talk about it. Lagos Blood Transfusion Service has the mandate to do this advocacy, but we can't do it alone. Look at the whole of Lagos State. I can't go around. The staffs in Lagos State can't go around. The civil servants can't go around. We want everybody that is listening here, everybody in and out of the country, to talk to at least 10 people to donate blood. And they should donate blood in the safest place. We do not encourage to just go to any private place because you don't know. So there are some licensed places you can donate.
Like?
Yes, we have the Lagos Blood Transfusion Service. Please donate there. We have all the general hospitals. We donate there. We have some private blood banks that actually do blood transfusion services. So you could, blood donation services. So you could reach out to us, reach out to me. I'll give you the number so that we can tell you where you can go to.
Any general hospital right now, say I want to donate blood.
They will take you. They will take you.
Yes.
Okay. And just make sure you had that you're a voluntary donor too.
Voluntary donor.
Yes.
Okay, that's
that's the first. And second thing, we have the World Blood Donors Day. World Blood Donors Day is a yearly observance, international one, where we try to say thank you to those that donate already and encourage new people to actually donate blood too. It's also a time to reach out to the governments to do a little bit more to encourage blood donation. Like we're talking about having the donation in general hospitals. Some people don't like going to general hospitals to donate blood. They'll tell you, oh, I don't want to go to the hospital to donate blood. I have a phobia for hospitals. So it's a call out, for example, for the government to build blood donation sites. Yes. Yes, talking about vans, that's another one. We are going to have one coming up very soon. The Mr. Governor has been gracious enough to approve one for us. You will see it coming out in Grand Style very soon.
Bank?
A mobile blood van, so that we can go around to collect blood from different places, from workplaces, from markets, from homes. Understand? So these are
lie down my bed and donate.
That
would be sweet.
No, put it into the van and you donate in the
Then
van in a controlled atmosphere.
You were saying, add that you're a voluntary donor. Do people sell their blood?
Yeah, okay. Yes, we have different types of blood donors. We have the voluntary blood donors. They are the most important people. They are the only ones that can keep the blood bank full at all times. We have the replacement donors. Replacement donors are divided into two. The husband donors that do not legally exist any longer. And then the family replacement donors. For example, you have a surgery and they're like, oh, you have a surgery tomorrow. You need to donate 2 units of blood. So that blood is, in preparation for a particular maybe surgery or procedure. And then we have the commercial donors. These ones go out and they will sell the blood for a particular fee. That we do not encourage. Blood was given free, then why should we sell it? Understand? So we do not encourage it. Unfortunately, there are quite a number of people out there that sell their blood. I'm reaching out to you. Please give it free. I know that we all need funds, but let us give blood freely.
I met one at
Obiajulu, give your blood free.
I know I didn't plan to
blood.
Like I didn't plan to sell, never. But I was just trying to imagine. I knew people who survived in school donating blood and getting paid for it.
I met one.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I know that there's some people outside Luth that's their work.
I met one young man, and after 2 months he's coming to donate again.
We have to wrap up.
But
I think Nima has brought this to us, and I think it's important that we support it. And I think YK is also convinced, and I think we all have to support it. I'll be there by God's grace next week to give blood.
Well, before next week, there's something happening tomorrow. We have a symposium tomorrow. You know, blood issues comes with a lot of discussions. So at the Burial Hall tomorrow by 10 a.m., we have a symposium whereby we will have also panel discussions. Everybody needs to voice out what they think about blood. We can't keep saying donate blood, and I'm not listening to you. Just like what you do here, it's time for us to listen to people, to one another. What are the challenges in donating blood? What can we do better? So we're going to have a symposium. We're going to have the Lagos Council of Arts and Culture there to give us a bit of entertainment. We're going to have a voluntary donation drive there too, and so many things. We're going to have awards. In short, tomorrow you're going to see this young girl that won the poem competition. the advocacy is really going on. So many people are reaching out to others. So
Right.
everybody come in at Bureau Hall. We are going to have a symposium.
But we are the Monday one.
Okay, on the 14th of June, we are having a voluntary donation drive and award ceremony at our Bagada Center. It was newly commissioned.
What time to what time?
Also by 10 to 4 p.m.
I'll be donating.
And on the 16th, the mega drive of all, we are collaborating and partnering with all health associations, so Nigeria Medical Association, Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists of Nigeria, Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, and Nursing Association of National Association of Midwives and Nursing of Nigeria. So we are collaborating with the people that take care of patients. So it's not about donate blood, it's about we that are also taking care of them. We need to be able to know the real reason why we need to do it. So it's going to be a mega donor drive on the 16th in 7 centers in Lagos State. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We have to wrap up, but I think, ladies, let us end with donate blood today.
Donate
Yes.
today.
Donate blood today. Not today,
Join
next
us.
week.
Join us.
I'll be there. I'm
Thank you
definitely
very
donating
much.
blood.
On Monday, right?
On Monday, I
On
should be
Monday,
there. I have
at
an
Bagada.
important meeting, but I'll see. If not, I'll do it on the 16th. But I'll
problem.
definitely.
Thank you very much.
So we're going to try to advocate. I'll be YK.
Yeah, I see the cameraman. I've been doing. I used to.
Don't drink alcohol
Let's end the
before you
show
come.
together. Let's end it. Donate blood today.
Yes.
Want to go?
Donate blood today.
It has to be free, right?
It has to be free.
Think about the
There are
license.
some comments on YouTube.
Go ahead, YK.
And
Let me let you.
I don't want to read them. They are saying they're talking about there is blood everywhere. They are going back to
The past.
the insecurity.
Yeah.
But that's not the kind. Because if we can save some of those people who are
Yes, injured.
You know, even
injured.
during the insecurity, people lose blood. And there is really no blood for them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, so it's all,
You know?
it's all intertwined. We can't do one without the other.
All right, that's all we can take on the show. Tomorrow, God forbid, you know, anybody here might need blood.
Yes,
Yeah. It's important that we give blood and then put blood in the bank. That's all we can take on the show today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.